Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. Okay, so this is Europa Universalis 4. We are in episode number 7, but this is a new start, so it's going to be episode 1 of a new start. And our last campaign was a failed attempt at a Mayan empire, and now, once again, we will have a random start. Okay, so we are set to normal difficulty, standard default settings kind of throughout. The only thing is there is a fantasy random new world is set to rare, so it can happen. Okay, and we are going to be playing Iron Man, and here we go. Random nation. Looks like we're going to have Kilwa. So we're going to be in Africa this time. Another very difficult start, but one that is doable. It can be done. You can become powerful here. We are Sunni, so but that East African technology group can create a challenge. Alright, we're going to set Iron Man mode. So achievements can be earned. This game will count towards online, and we're going to override our previous game. There we go. Alright, so we are Kilwa this time. We are East African. I have played with Africa a number of times before, and have had some successful campaigns, but like our previous, this is definitely not an easy start, but it's an easier start than our last one. Alright, so some background on the country. African continent is huge and diverse. West Africa is home to a number of rising kingdoms, such as Songhai and Bornu, as well as waning states, such as the Mali Empire. The Maghreb is going through a general crisis of de-urbanization, foreign invasions, famine, while Egypt is firmly under the rule of Mamluk households. In the east, our area, Ethiopia is dominating the Horn of Africa, and maritime sultanate of Kilwa is desperately trying to control the Swahili sultanates on the coast. By the Great Lakes, the intralacustrine kingdoms fight over the spoils of the Katara Empire, while the Mutapa and Marawi kingdoms try to assert their authority over the Zambezi. Alright, so we at least are one of the upper nations of the region, but we're in that desperate fight to control the area, meaning we don't have a solid advantage. We are Sunni though, so there are some advantages that come with that. Our chance of a new heir is increased by 100%, and our cavalry to infantry ratio has a 10% bonus, meaning we can have more cavalry. We have piety, that value measures what type of piety they promote. Mysticism to legalism is the balance. We are a monarchy, so we do have standard monarchical rules. We have a tribal government. And we cannot change unless we reform the government. Okay. We have relative isolation from the rest of the world. Right, we have 8,000 troops starting out. 2,000 of those are cavalry. We have 6 cogs and 8 barks. And we're going to send them to, let's see, protect trade. And we are here at Zanzibar, so we'll go ahead and do Zanzibar. Okay, we already have a few provinces in our holding that are not of our religion. And they are, all 3 of them are right here. So we'll get on that task right away. We have no mission right now. Converting Zanzibar would be a good one. As we just did that, that would also give us a missionary strength of +1. It's going to be a while before we improve that prestige, so let's go ahead and start with that. That's our first task. We have a title available. Usually prestige goes +5, and that would push us towards legalism, or we can do missionary strength. Are they seen as a heretic? What is the mission? No, they're not heretics, they're heathens. Oh, we can get both. I guess we'll take them. Okay, we do have some provincial unrest, also where we just sent our missionary. And we have no rivals, so we need to select some rivals. And it looks like we do have some small neighbors to absorb quickly if we can. We might even be able to claim Madagascar, possibly before long. So there's plenty of room to grow here if we play our cards right. Mutapa and Ajuran. So there's Ajuran. Well, Mutapa. Mutapa's down here, isn't it? Yeah. So we do have our large enemies, our neighbors. So we're going to go ahead and take those. Mombasa is the other choice. And Mombasa, definitely we'll take Mombasa. Looks like if Mombasa isn't too strong, that'll be our first target. And as a result, we are going to go for covert actions. Build that spy network right away. And then see if we have any friends. 90. Oh, we have a vassal in Sofala. Okay, there are neighbors here, more neighbors here that we don't know yet. Surprisingly close to us. So we might be able to make a friend out of Malindi, temporarily anyway. And then take Mombasa, and then we can turn our focus down here and take Makua, and then go after Mutapa with help from our vassal, and then drop Malindi and work our way that way. So let's go ahead and take that alliance where we can get it. And we're going to go from there. Let's get this game started. Play at speed 3. Ooh, do I want to deal with inflation already? Administrative is so much more important than the others. Let's do it. Alright, so we have a friend in Malindi now. They have 5 regiments. We already have an advantage over Mombasa, so as long as they don't pick up too many friends, and they did, Ajuran is their friend. was weak. 202. Alright, well, who else is your enemy? You've allied with Mara and Mombasa. Where's Mara? Okay. They're not much of a threat all the way over there. But who do you hate? Us, of course. Or who hates you? Okay, Marhan. Or Singali. Okay, they're really close. So, improve relations. And just like that, they're ready to accept an alliance. So we can play them off of each other. Alright, so it looks like our attention is definitely going to be north first. And Azeron can hate us, that's fine. They already do. Alright, now what is our military capacity? Oh, where am I? 10. So let's go ahead and hit capacity because it looks like we're going to have a war soon. Let's take 1 cavalry and 1 infantry. We do have a free merchant, but I don't know if we have anywhere for that. Oh, we do. There we go. Alright, we're actually not too far off from being able to already have our conflict. We're going to have a 2-to-1 advantage over Mombasa, and our friends add the same number that we have, plus our vassal adds another 3,000, so that gives us 23,000 troops. They'll have 5. And it looks like they have 9. And they have Mogadishu as well. That's 3,000. So there's 12,000. So they'd have 17,000. And we would have 23,000. Plus, I'd be able to deal with Mombasa in the first days of the war, cutting them down to just that 12,000. Which would need to be dealt with in force. And Mara, if they come into the war, bring another 5,000. But they wouldn't be in a very strong position. Alright, we can get claims on both of these, which will make it a bit easier to core before we do anything. Give us a little more time to prepare as well. And again, that does give them time to prepare. I do need a leader. What is our ruler like? A 314, just 23 years old. And we have no legal heir, so we do not want to make our king. So we need a general. And not bad. A 311. Okay, looks like no change to the military size of any of the other parties involved. So I'm going to speed up a little bit so we can get there more quickly. once we get that second claim, we're going to go ahead and start our first war. Okay, this is pretty long here. Shirazi Islam and the patricians of Kilwa. Most of the Swahili states are, to this day, ruled by dynasties that claim to be descended from the first Islamic migration in this region. Let's see, Shirazis, however, not the most orthodox form of the religion. A lot of older ceremonies performed daily. Magical abilities. As the wealth of Kilwa and other Swahili states grows, however, new waves of foreigners continue to arrive. Traders from the Middle East, faraway lands, our cities, their home, the rising class of indigenous merchants, made partners. Many of the newcomers are abhorred by our traditions. If we would adopt a more orthodox form of Islam, this would certainly help our relations with the other states of the Indian Ocean, but there's a very real risk that it would undermine our own rule and hurt relations with the other Swahili states who we're looking to conquer anyway. So we move towards 25 mysticism, we get our legitimacy back up, but everybody hates us, including Marahan, no. What about Malindi? Malindi, no. So we actually wouldn't, or do we? Yes, Marahan would. Potentially hate us, or we lose some serious legitimacy to make everyone like us. Well, let's take the risk. There's got to be a friend still out there somewhere. If our hand suddenly doesn't like us, they still like us apparently. But just in case, we're already doing the relationship improvement. And they didn't dissolve the alliance. So far so good there. Alright, we're really close on this one. I'm going to bring my navy back in and probably combine them down for the time being. Ooh, stability. I like stability. Stability is good. So we have just 14,000. Sofala has... Really? It's paused. Why don't you stay still? A single ship. And Azuran has just a single ship there. So they might not have a large navy. We might be okay. One ship. One ship. Okay. I think it's time. Alright, situation should be the same. Malindi... Oh, they don't want to join the war? Well, if they don't join the war, I mean, they would join the war, but you wouldn't have to worry about them. And you're only going to join if you're... I don't have favors. Shoot, I wasn't thinking about that. Alright, well, we are not ready to fight yet. And I don't know if I want to wait 10 years. Let's look the other direction real quick. What do we have? You're Mutapa. You've got 4,000. We can't see what Mutapa has, but we would only have 14,000. I mean, I could clean them out pretty quick and easy, but we don't know what Mutapa has. Let's check Mutapa. Mutapa has 8,000. What about Paint? They like us, but oh, we already converted? How did I miss that? Alright, Zanzibar is our current mission, so let's go ahead and get on that one. In the meantime, while we figure out what to do about this war situation. Okay. Eventually we're gonna go after this area, so I guess we might as well. They're only level 2 military. I didn't look at that. Are these guys all 3? Yes. You 3? Yes. Across the way. They are military 3. And they would be allied here. What about this one? Do you have an ally? The other 2? Yes. And they're all 3s. So you're a 2. What about Mutapa? Mutapa's only a military level 2. So we actually might be better off going this way first. So what do you have? They're your vassal. So we'd be facing a large group, and I don't think we'd have any support. I only have an advantage of 1. They've got 12,000. They've probably got 4,000, so that's about 16,000. So we would be outnumbered. Now, what did level 3 get us? Anything? Let's see. So morale is 0.5 better. That's it. Level 4 would get us tactics and more morale. So we'd have a +1 on morale if they were still level 2 by the time we hit level 4. And military tactics of 0.25. That might be enough to take them on ourselves. Or we wait 10 years for our allies to be ready to fight with us. I don't want to give them one of the territories. I mean, what's the point of that? You're a little guy. Trade power, that's 10 years. Ugh. Alright, well, we completed that mission. Conquer Tonga. Yeah, we've already got that. That's... let's see. we're not ready for the prestige yet, so. Alright, well, just one to go there, so we'll at least have our religious unity taken care of. Alright, we have an heir, 242, not very good, but could be worse. Okay, we could build a castle. Let's see, when can we annex you? Oh, in just 5 years. That's not bad. But I don't mind the additional 4,000 troops from just 2 provinces. We might be able to have, what, 1 more? Okay, yes, we don't have the Renaissance. A Sultana of the People. That's a lot of ducats. So we have more important matters to deal with. Let's take the legitimacy. Alright. Well, it's already been 5+ years, so we might be able to get to that 10 years and use the favors for that war. Added Aiden. Let's see, Aiden. There we go. Alright, well there's one task done. How much are we gaining? 3? So, well, which tech's gonna matter first? Be able to get temples on the go here real soon. We are going to have that military tech here soon too, so we might be able to take them on in the south. Let's see, mysticism or legalism. Let's see, which way do we really want to go? Morale of armies, manpower modifier, and tax modifier, and tech cost. We don't need the missionary strength right now, so legalism is kind of the way to go, and that lowers the administrative tech. So we'll take that one, and just like that, we're good to go. Let's give it till January just in case that becomes a -10, but I doubt it. Okay. Alright, we can now build a mosque. We should probably get one going on wherever it's going to benefit. We have 2 provinces that are going to benefit a lot from that. So let's go ahead and do both of those. Alright. Now, what do they have? Mutapa and Tambuka. I don't know what we'd get out of Tambuka. They'd both join in. Okay, what about here? How we doing? They're still not ready to join. We got a few years to go on that. We should have that 4th military tech soon. And that might just be the difference. Are they still at 2? Yes. Are they still at 2? And are they still at 2? They're all still at 2. So we'd have a significant advantage as of now. But we'd have fewer troops. They did add 1,000. Still would like to take advantage of our allies. Looks like they're both up to 6,000 now. And there's no change, I think, here. Let's not waste our time out here. We need to split you guys off again. Go back to protecting trade until we're actually ready to fight. Bold fighter, huh? I'm gonna improve the national tax modifier. Let's go for it. There we go. Let's see. Mombasa is our... No, they're the ones that don't like us, so that's fine. Yeah, friction. No problem with that. Got a couple years to go before we have 10 favors and can call on our friends. I know we'd have an easier fight down here, but we'd have the advantage of our neighbors up here. Alright, like us, but let's go ahead. Work on that a little bit more. Likewise, with you. I don't want to annex you for a while yet because I like that you add an extra 4,000. Alright, well, we're not too far off from our first war, our first chance to grow. At least our first safe chance, anyway. Not yet at 10 favors. But their numbers, oh, they've grown by 2, but they've both grown as well. I didn't even see any troops from Mara, or... There they go, they have 7,000. Aiden has 7,000. Okay, the worldly ulema. Not all members of the ulema are great theologians or intellectuals. Corruption can grow in any corner of the state, and for some, it can be hard to tell apart what benefits the faith and what might benefit themselves. It has come to the attention of Ishmael that a number of pious grants that exist around the empire have been obtained through fraud or illegally passed on to heirs. Our wazir has suggested that we inspect and verify all such grants in the Sultanate. especially in regions that were not originally ruled by us. This would clearly be a grave affront to the Ulema, however, who would see it as an encroachment on their privileges and an attack on their caste as a whole. Few transgressions are nothing compared to what these men give us. Ulema gain 10, we get 2 corruption, and a 10-year negative tax modifier. Or we'll take away 2 loyalty, lower the corruption, and yep, that's gonna be it. Alright. Almost 10 years. Not quite yet. Now if we combine in this initial fight, we'd have 17,000 to their 7,000. Plus we'd have 4,000 more rushing to our aid. And then we can go deal with them. Alright. Not quite. Need a little bit later in the year. How's it looking now? Nope, not quite. I don't remember what month it was. There it is. Alright. They would both accept. Yeah, the only trick is, do we want to call in Azran? They still have Mogadishu. They have Aden and Mahra. They are level 4 now. They're still a level 3. They're still a level 3. That neighbor's still a level 3. Aiden's a level 4, so maybe not. Maybe just go with what we get out of these 3 enemies. Bring our troops home. It'd be nice if you could call your allies ahead of time, as in, you know, give ample warning. Alright, well, let's do it. Do I want an extra 1,000 just in case? No. We have a general. They do not. Call both of our allies in. We're not going to make them co-belligerents so that they can call in additional allies. So that means we're facing just 19,000 troops, and we have, let's see, 28,000. Definitely should have the advantage. But the only ones that are level 4, who's all level 4? We have level 4 military. Azran has level 4 military. So just us and Azran. Means they are going to be stronger than these guys, but can we get military access? We could actually call you, make you no. We should be able to get, we can go right around if we need to anyway. Alright, let's do it. I'm going to take these 2 provinces for sure, and then we're going to get what we can from Azran. Because we are using favors to call them in, we don't actually have to give anything to our neighbors, and we can try to claim 2 or 3 provinces up here as well. Okay, so we're going to go after Tanga, since that's the nearest one. And let it begin. Okay, we gotta keep an eye out here. What do we have? Allies, we're looking strong. Merchants are leaving, thanks a lot. Looks like you are trying to run. That's not a good thing. I'd really like to engage you before. Let's see, what's that's mountains. Alright, well, looks like we've got a war underway. Mombasa's trying to run away. So we're getting things started here, and we've already claimed our first province. We're going to go right after that capital and then move on to Azeron, which looks like Mogadishu, at least, has turned their attention north, and not quite sure where Azeron is at the moment, but it could be heading that way as well. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they're right here right now. Alright, but we do have the numerical advantage, so as long as we play it smart and our neighbor Marahan does not get butchered here right away at the start of the war, then we should be okay, good to go. Alright, well, that does it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So, if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on the road to the record.